Hi, Tony Marriott here. Just thought I'd put together this short video just to cover off some ways of working with your keywords, give you a few sort of hints and tips to try and get the most out of your authority site keyword intelligence tool. Okay, I've got the tool up in front of me now, and as you know, it runs within WordPress. If your screen's a bit smaller than mine is, you can collapse the menu on the left-hand side, kind of give yourself a bit more space. And there's plenty of videos in the training area covering the various ways of using this. So I'm not going to go into details about this. I'm just going to show you some specifics that I think you'll find interesting. Okay, I'm going to use this Lawyers in New York project that I've already got open here. And I'm just going to pop over to the reporting section. And I've got a number of URLs that I've already generated the data from, but I'm just going to pick the one URL. I'm going to use the lawyers.com, the actual homepage of this particular site. But I am going to pick the max search results. I'm going to pick all top 10. So we're going to pull keywords from the top 10 results for this particular site's competition. And we're going to put those into a full keyword list and order that. Okay, that pulls our report up. I'll just pull the screen up here a little more so we can see what's going on. And we've got in our single keyword section, we have 1,405 keywords. We've got the various 2, 3, and 4 word phrases. I'm just going to work on single keywords for the moment and just clarify what we've got here. I mean, attorney and law, legal, lawyers, business, etc. These are obviously all keywords that are pulled, to say, from the competition of our main page that we were looking at. And the numbers down the side reflect the amount of times that keyword was actually found. So from point of relevance, you can probably assume that the higher up this is in the list, then the more relevant that particular keyword is, or certainly the most prevalent. Now these are the keywords in our current project, and if we look down here and we find anything we don't want, we can remove them from the project. Now there actually was a bug in one of the older versions of this where this wasn't deleting properly, but that's now been fixed in version 1.6 and on. So let me just look down here, and we've got attorney, law, legal, lawyer, business, estate, and search. Search, that's probably not a relevant keyword for us, so I can just literally click that button and it will take that keyword out for me. And let's just look down here again. Real estate and child, district, personal, and these are all kind of different forms of law, I'm guessing. Read is probably not right, so I'll just take that one out as well. And I think I saw email down there somewhere. So let's just do the same with that one. Okay, so that basically just helps tidy up our list of keywords and make them more relevant. Now, I'm just going to go and flip view because the way it is basically for deleting and managing the keywords. And now you see that we've got rid of those buttons, and we've also got the numbers down here. I said these are the amount of keywords, the amount of times this keyword is actually seen within the results. And if I go number view, I can basically take those numbers out. Again, this will just is a kind of a flip view that takes the numbers in and out. And now what I've got is a clean set of keywords. Now, one thing you can do with this now, obviously you can use these keywords to work direct with your website by adding them in as LSI or creating articles or posts for your site, etc., based on these keywords. But we can also use them to find more keywords. So let's just have a look. For instance, we could look at the Google AdWords keyword tool. You should be familiar with that. I'd be surprised if you're not, but if not, then you just need to open an AdWords account. It doesn't cost you anything. We're not using AdWords, but it is the Google AdWords tool. You're going to remember that. It's not an SEO tool, it's the Google AdWords tool, but we use it for SEO purposes. So we just have to keep that in mind. And if you look up here, we've got word or phrase that we can pop into here, and one per line, so we can put multiple ones in. In fact, you can put up to 100 keywords into here. And what I'll do is I'm not going to put 100 in, but I'm just going to take these top few sites off of there for the moment. So I can literally, the top few keywords off. So I'm going to literally take those keywords, and I'm going to pop them into the Google AdWords keyword tool. Now, this is all about American lawyers, so I've got a UK location, so I'm just going to change that. I'm just going to look at the advanced options. Let's change that to United States. And now let's just search on those keywords. Okay, with our results coming up, we've got kind of two different areas. So the first thing that it tells us is it tells us the specific keywords that we put in, And we can look across and we can get some stats on those. Primarily here, we're looking at the global monthly searches and the local monthly searches, so we get some idea of the volume of searches on these particular keywords. Now, because they're all pulled from authority sites, you would kind of expect these to have some fairly good volumes, and as you can see, you have on here. Now, these are broad match volumes. Over this hand side, you can change these to exact match if you want to resort them or refilter these on a exact match, and of course in that case you'll see the numbers go down, obviously, because these are now exact matches. I'm not worried about the exact match for the moment, so I'll just go back to the broad match. So as I mentioned before, this is actually the Google AdWords keyword tool. So you need to remember that is not an SEO tool, although of course we do use it for SEO purposes. So that means, for instance, this column here where it says competition is not the SEO competition. It's very, very important not to get this confused. A lot of people seem to do it. This is the ad competition. In other words, the AdWords competition, how many people are competing for AdWords for these particular phrases. Now that in itself may represent the fact that it's a popular keyword, but it doesn't actually directly represent the SEO competition or how hard or easy it is to rank that keyword in the normal Google search results. So don't get confused with that one. Okay, I said it's in two parts, and the second part, this is a kind of list of the words we've put in and give us some data and information about it. But down here, it now will find additional keywords for us. As I said, it is the AdWords tool, so now the newer version of this tool is starting to group things if you look down here, it says my keyword ideas and my ad group ideas. Now, because Google believes that certain phrases or certain keywords should be within one ad group, it means it must believe they are closely related. And we can use this to benefit ourselves by using those words together and those keywords together within our site, within our articles, within our posts, and even in some cases as LSI keywords to be added to the same posts to kind of give them an extra boost, extra authority, simply by adding or using these additional keywords within our sites. So if you just look at the tool here now, so we've dropped in our, whatever it was, 30 or 40 keywords in initially, and it will now give us a number of groups here that it thinks. So we've got divorce, attorney, criminal, child, employment, etc. And of course we can expand these, and that will actually tell us what new keywords it's got inside here, and it will give us the same data over here, of course, on the right hand side. So if we look in here now, we can literally pull these as additional keywords, and in fact we could just literally save all on there, and it will pull them into our groups on the left hand side. And of course when they're in the groups, it means they're nice and easy. We can kind of cut and paste them and use them as we like. So similarly, if I just save all of these, what I'll effectively get now is a drop-down list of where we can copy and paste any of these lists of keywords, and of course there's a whole new keywords for us to use. Now this is the standard AdWords keyword tool, as I said, but if you go into AdWords, there's a second tool which is called the Contextual targeting tool, which is another great tool, and you should use this in conjunction with the AdWords tool. I recommend this definitely, and this helps. Actually, this is very good for finding kind of longer tail keywords. In fact, if we go back, we can see it says type up to 10 words or phrases separated by commas. So unfortunately, a little inconsistent with the other tool. So the other ones need to be on separate lines. This one needs to be in comma separated. But that doesn't actually matter. It will actually do that automatically for you. But let's just go back to the ASCII reporter here. And I'm just going to take the top 10 keywords from here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's just copy those out. And as I said, if I put them into here, although they're in line, it will automatically comma separate them for us. Again, I need to change this to United States because the primary site that I'm looking at is a US-based searches. So let's search for that and see what results that brings up. And as you can see here, it gives us quite a few results. So looking to the left-hand side here, we've got attorney, lawyer, criminal lawyer, find a lawyer. So these aren't necessarily the keywords we put in, but these are, again, as I said, suggested ad groups. And those are obviously kind of high-level keywords. The other advantage of this one is we do get some idea of kind of value as well. So we put over here, it says suggested bid value. These are AdWord bids, so you can kind of consider those to be the kind of, I call it loosely estimated cost per clicks. Just gives you some kind of value. They're not going to be exactly what you'll get if somebody clicks on it. You're going to get a percentage of that, and of course it varies depending on the people who've bid on it and how much they're actually paying for these ads in the first place. But it's just some kind of guide as to the value of the actual keyword. Now, I think if we just scroll down the bottom here, you'll see this is one of 50 of 90, so we've got another page of this yet. So you can see how powerful this is in just a second. We can literally just open up this bit here and we can copy and paste these out and take these away with us, or even drop them back in to the keyword tool. But if you look down this side as well, you'll see that some of these crosses are, it's quite hard to see in this new version, but you'll see some of them are light, but some of them are darker. So the ones that are darker means you can actually drill down. So if I take this criminal lawyer, for instance, it's saying criminal lawyer, and it's given us some closely related, so criminal defense lawyer, criminal lawyers, criminal defense lawyers, again, criminal lawyer and criminal defense lawyer, keywords. And what I can do is if I just click that cross there, it will actually open up additional groups in the left hand side just here in just a second. You'll see that, and there we go. Let's open up some new groups. As let's open up 7 new ad groups. So we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 open up down here, and each one of those of course has a whole new set of keywords for us. So Maryland criminal lawyers Maryland, again, you know, strictly and closely linked to the keyword on the left hand side. So let's look at this federal criminal down here. Again, federal criminal lawyer, Miami federal criminal defense lawyer. As you see, some of these are getting to quite longer tail ones now. So this is what this is good for. And again, if I look at that one, you know, I can just keep clicking as long as they've got a drill down available for me. Then again, I can just click on it and it will pull the next level up for me. Again, that's another 6 ad groups added. You know, federal code, public records, criminal history, federal law. So a whole load of stuff coming on here, and saying every one of these simply, you know, you can click these and highlight those, and you've now got yourself another set of keywords. So you can see that's going to build up pretty quickly as well to a large amount. So we're down to 1 of 50 of 103 now. So you know, it's going to be a couple of pages worth. And as I say, you can keep going, you actually get an awful lot. But what you want to do is try and keep it closely related. So what you're starting off with, try and keep it closely related to what you're actually working with in your site. Okay, just going back to ask it once more. One final tip for you. I'm just going to copy these first few keywords from the top of the single word list. And I'm going to jump into Google AdWords keyword tool once more. And as we did before, just going to paste those in and change that UK location to United States. And then we'll just run that search again. Now, this time, I'm going to go a bit more further on with this. And if we look up here, we can see we have a number of these groups again. There's 14 keywords in there, 26 in there, etc. And I did mention you can show more ad groups. So again, it'll just add more on the bottom and with more groups for you and more keywords. So you can kind of go on ad infinitum there again. I'm just going to pick a couple of these. So let's go free legal, bankruptcy lawyers, criminal lawyers. Okay, and again, they put it in the left-hand side. And as I said, I can literally, let's just add that one. That's got 38 keywords in there. So let's just save that one off. I just want to do something that's got a decent number of keywords in it. Let's divorce. Let's just copy that keyword list in. So we can literally just scroll down, highlighting that, and right click and copy. And this time I'm going to go to a tool called Keyword Competition Crusher. Now, for those of you that have already purchased Authority Site Keyword Intelligence tool, you will find this as a free bonus item in the download area. If you're on the trial version, unfortunately you won't have this, but if you pick up the full version license, then do that, and this comes as part of your bonus item, as I said. So what this really does is finds the true SEO competition for a keyword. So you simply just paste the keywords in as we did in any of the other tools, select your search engine country, again stick to USA, and I'm just going to click the button at the bottom. And what Keyword Competition Crusher actually does is for each of these keywords, it'll pull a Google Top 10 search, and from that it will analyze each of those pages for the backlinks, etc., and will generate what they call a page authority. That comes from SEO Moz, and that tells you the kind of likelihood or how easy it is or how hard it is to actually rank in the top 10 for that particular keyword. And there are numbers on the left hand side, so they're on a scale from theory 0 to 100, but it's a log scale similar to PageRank. But this, as I say, is actually a page authority. It's in a nice red, green, yellow traffic lights. So the green ones are generally easy to rank, the yellow ones are harder to rank, and the red ones are very hard to rank and would be considered, highly competitive keywords. And as you can see on here, maybe surprisingly, but in fact I find this fairly standard, is that you will find a considerable number of keywords that actually fall into the green, i.e. the relatively easy to rank area. Now the fact this is law and divorce here, it probably means they're high paying keywords. So you would traditionally expect those to be very strong, and of course some of them are in the red ones, and the yellow ones are much more competitive. But as I said, you will tend to find that using this tool, you can find easier to rank keywords, quite surprisingly, even within some of those what you would think would traditionally be difficult to rank for. And if you put this within the context of an authority site, i.e. within an authority site, you're adding these keywords as the post titles or article titles, and of course within the content, then you will find that those posts and articles, those pages that you create using these keywords will actually rank quite quickly, especially for the longer tail keywords that include or are related to these particular words. Okay, so that was just a quick video with some extra tips and ideas on how you can use the keywords and work with some other tools as well. So that's it from me. So enjoy Authority Site Keyword Intelligence tool.